Hey, what is going on, gang? All right, you're looking at this video because you want to learn a little bit about how I, Coach Shamel, put aerobic capacity into our training for athletes, for clients, how I teach it, how I go through the process of putting it in their program, okay? Whether that be for all this kind of jargon, okay? So big shout out to obviously the boys and girls out of, so you've got Mark Verstegen from Exos, and you got Mike Boyle and Kevin Garr from MBSC. This is taken from them. Not taken from them. We're taking a little bit because obviously slide board doesn't really exist over in the UK. It's not really a big thing. It's more for ice hockey. But we can definitely talk about this and how we can integrate it into your clients and where you want to go, basically. How you can put it at the end of their session, or you can start to gear their, aerobic work around some of this fun stuff. Okay, so we got that running progression up there as well. Okay, so this is Tom in 10. Hopefully this is going to be less than 10 minutes. Shouldn't take that long to realize what's going on, but we'll go through all of these, just identifying what we can do, just describing what we're going to try and achieve by programming certain different things. Okay, all right, so without further ado, they've got a little key there: heart rate, beats per minute, max aerobic speed is mass. Okay, and then we'll just quickly go through these. All right, so how do we find our max aerobic speed? Okay, so the things we're mainly going to use are probably going to be bikes, assault bikes more than anything else, because they are a little bit more all-encompassing because it's upper body and lower body working in conjunction. They're actually super safe, and it's tendency what I will program a lot of people, okay? But we have lots of stuff. So watt bikes, air dying bikes, we've got rowers, verticlimbers, ski ergs, running, absolutely fine, okay? We actually got some sled work as well because Hyrox is booming right now, okay? So one of the first tests as well in the combine we talk about is finding max aerobic speed. Okay, so a simple test for this is to do a 2-mile assault test. Okay, so 2 miles, you could do 3K, it's absolutely fine. Something like that is going to be 5 to 6 minutes long. Okay, so we've gone through our energy systems essentially. So we burnt out each kind of store, and we're properly working aerobic power, okay, or aerobic speed. Cool. So that's the idea of where we want to get. So it's probably 5 minutes to 6 minutes. We're properly in that aerobic. We're using that as an energy source, and that's what's happening. We're able to replenish at that kind of cadence. Okay, so we obviously got to go through our ATP. That's the first kind of 8 seconds, 9 seconds, whatever. We'll shift into the next from 8 to 45 seconds. It's more like a lactate kind of stuff. Okay, so you're going to be burning, you're going to use your kind of muscles without really the presence of oxygen. That's not going to replenish. And past that, you're switching to your aerobic system. But you know that kind of when you go for a run, the first 5 minutes are like absolutely awful. And then you settle into it, then it's actually okay. Running's awful. Don't do it. I had cramp today, so I've had it 3 times while sitting at my desk today, so it's not good. That's from a watt bike class. 45 minutes, absolutely disgusting. All right, so we got that 2-mile assault test, so 3.2 kilometers over in the west. In Europe, so I tend to use a kilometer thing, okay? And then we're just looking at the average RPM per minute, okay, which is going to equal our max aerobic speed. It's really important we take that data through because it's something that then improve on and retest. So I'm a big fan of testing, retest, test, retest, usually every quarter for all my clients on certain things, on big lifts, but probably for a whole testing week, we're going to go boom, boom, boom. I'll throw in a few things that they don't have to do, okay? Let's throw my hat. Jesus. Shout out to good boys, obviously in here. So we'll find that. So say that is a normal cadence. Let's go 70, 60, 70, something like that is probably something you're strive for. Okay, so then we've got that. Okay, so this is then we move to cardiac output. Everybody knows what that cardiac is. Basically, we're just looking at heart, muscles, all that kind of fun stuff. Okay, most important, a resting heart rate of below 60. Okay, so if you're trying to get that, heart rate range is between 130 and 150, duration 30 and 60 minutes. Okay, so this is just steady state cardio. Can't put it anything else. If you're looking at watt bikes and stuff, it's like a zone 2, and your heart rate is going to be about 130, 150. Okay, that's not based off your max heart rate; it's based on your resting heart rate, and you want to get that below. Okay, that's the idea. You're aiming for recovery, and the chances are good cardiac output and aerobic capacity is going to be aimed by that. Okay, so 30 minutes tops, upwards, going through there, and then you've just got, this is the certain stuff you can do. Okay, or you can sit on bikes. Okay, we just want to maintain, so those metcons or stuff like that, chances are we're going to be setting in that heart rate zone for most of the time. Okay, so it's cardiac output, it's not weight training. Cool. All right, then we've got tempo work. So 10 to 15 seconds at 70%. So 70%, Tom, what is that? Cool. So we go 70% recover and 60 to 90% seconds at 125 to 140 PM. Reps 8, 10s, 12s, 14s, tempo running, treadmill tempos. Okay. So this will be like 77% of your max speed, perhaps. Okay. Not really like the max aerobic speed because we're not doing that yet. Okay. So max kind of running. So we'll do 10 to 15 seconds. It'll be like a shuttle or whatever, running the track. You might be able to get 100 meters, probably not 70%. Might be more around 70 meters, something like that. You recover, just a little walk back is probably what's going to happen. And then you go for a tempo run again. Something I usually would use for field athletes who want to get better at that kind of stuff. Okay, it's not sprint repeatability, but at least dynamic recovery as well. Okay. So then we got aerobic power, probably stuff what you can use in your client sessions quite a lot. This might be more kind of team-based stuff, and this is by yourself. They go off do it. Okay, so aerobic power. So 1 to 5 minutes at max aerobic speed. So simple, you know what that is. Let's say that's 70 for us at 70 RPM. So that's our MAS. Then we recover to 130. So it's really important to see our recovery is based off our heart rate more than anything else. Okay, it's not based off anything else. We want the heart rate to recover. So if you've got a my zone, for example, I go green means go. Then we can go again, green means go. We have to recover below green or give or take around there, and then we can go. All right, so assault bikes, perfect. So you can go through this. Airdynes, there is obviously the similar thing, airdyne or assault. Okay, so we've got those little things for aerobic power. We're manipulating it basically to go through our anaerobic system into an aerobic system. Cool. So 0.5s for 1 mile for 3 to 5 reps or 3 mile ride. Okay, so we're going through that 10 to 20 at 120% of mass times 8 reps. So you got 10 to 20 seconds. 10/20 seconds, so 10 on, 20 off, 10 on, 20 off, stuff like that at what would be 70, probably if we're going to 120%, near enough 84 of RPM, that's going some, then we go off. Okay, so 20, it would probably be 10 seconds work and then 20 seconds rest. And we can flip it at a little bit lower. Cool. Right, now we're going to move to alactate power. Okay, so this is like your sprint stuff. Okay, I want you to go hard. So repeated sprint drills. You could do it on an assault bike, 100%, but repeated sprints is probably where we're going to go. Okay, so 3 to 10 seconds on. Okay, that is just ATP systems. That's it. Don't want anything else to be trained. You're meant to be moving at fucking speed. Okay, and then we're 60 to 120 off. It's actually, so we're looking at like an 8 to almost nearly 20 work. So if one capacity, one kind of unit is work, we could be doing 8 units to 20 units of rest. Okay, so if you work for 1 second, I could be getting you to rest for 8 to 20 seconds. Okay, and then extrapolate that out, you get this kind of figure. Cool. Because we are repeating sprint drills to get our alactic power to go pumping. Then we've got alactic capacity, so we just jump up a little notch. Okay, so we're completely burning out the ATP system. So 10 to 15 seconds on, boom, at just over 90%. Okay, so it's going to be pretty hard, but we're leaving a little bit in the tank. 60 to 120 off when we do that. So sprint drills, running, sledding, assault bike if you really want to. I think something you can really go nuts on more than anything else. Okay, probably not like verticlimbers or ski ergs, stuff like that. That's not enough body movement going on. Okay, lactate power, 20 to 40 seconds on, 90, 120 seconds off. Okay, so you've seen the work to rest ratios are starting to decrease. based off lactate power, because we're enabling ourselves to have like the lactate system, and it's not going to give us as much recovery. Okay, so these might be shuttles. Again, we can use your assault bikes or whatever. Then we got lactate capacity. So this is going past there where we go like the lactate system, so the 45 seconds where we're anaerobic, and we go a little bit past it, and then we're having to try and recover. Okay, it's pretty much a work rest 1-to-1 or 1-to-1.5 or 1-to-2. That's it. Okay, and we only do that to 2 to 5 reps. And yeah, you're looking at bike rides, runs, which are going to be gassing. Okay, you're going to be on the floor, but you've got enough recovery to get a little bit back. Okay, and then we've got our running progressions here. Okay, so you can read through these absolutely fine to have a look. Hopefully that just highlights what I start to work with, and this extrapolates out. If you think that we've got all of these different mechanisms, we've listed 6 to 8 different ways we can actually train on different pieces of equipment, then we've actually got sprint drills, sled drills, all that kind of fun stuff, and then we times it by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different ways. We're suddenly doing kind of a 7 times 8, and that's how many things we can start to do. Okay, so I hope that clears that up. It usually sits at the end of a session, or it can sit as a session by itself, which I quite happily do with tempo work, running progressions, and cardiac output. Okay, hope that explains a little bit about what I do and what my athletes do to improve their recovery and improve their performance during their sets and their workout, because this is what this is aiding. Okay, we're trying to get a low resting heart rate. We're enabling ourselves to be more athletic in bringing our heart rate from low to high, and then back down again is the true level of athleticism. Okay, so bringing that recovery system in, and they enable ourselves to recover between sets quicker on their bigger lifts, so they're more efficient. Okay, so if you enjoyed this, I'll probably do another one, probably each and every week or every couple of weeks. And yeah, give it a watch. If you want to implement it, then reach out to me. I'm more than happy to walk you through coaching and get you performing even better than you're doing now. Okay, peace.